Ciao Bella! Welcome to Bella Uncinetto. I'm Christina, and I'm so glad to have you here. If you're new, welcome in. If you're returning, welcome back. No matter how long you've been here, I always appreciate your time. Today, we are doing the live summer streaming with Bella, my next to last one. And we're just going to chat and have a good time. My lovely friend Amanda, Obsessive Crochet Lady, is here. She is making her lunch. So she has her camera off, but she is here with me. She can hear us. If anyone says hello, I can definitely read it out to her until she comes back. But it's great to have you all here. I'm so glad that you're going to join us. My son is getting ready to leave. He leaves in the morning. Fingers crossed, everything goes well. Knock on wood, all the things. Cross your eyeballs, your toes, your fingers, everything to make sure that he gets off this island. Because there have been a lot of struggles, not just with him, but like just in general. It's been absolutely insane. Yes, Perp says, hello, Amanda.
Hello.
So it has been a lot. But he's getting his stuff together now, packing up all his things. We've had dinner at his request. We had his meal that he wanted. And we've been relaxing and hanging out together. So that's been nice. Ciao, Sabrina, mi amica.
Hi, Sabrina.
I'm well. How are you? Hi, Angela. Frozen Stone, welcome in. Good to see you. I just recorded a video, Sabrina, where I mentioned you. It's not out yet, but it will be. Not this week, but next week. It will be out. I'm so glad that you're here. It's good to see you. Let me get YouTube up real quick just so that I can see, because sometimes things don't come up with StreamYard, like emojis and whatnot. They don't come up. Oh, come on. I know I'm live. My phone's telling me I'm not live.
Oh, geez.
I know.
It already told you live. Yeah.
I'm right here. Okay, there it is.
I'm here.
What do you mean I'm not here?
I seen Sabrina earlier. She was at Ursula's live.
I went to Ursula's live for a little while. I think right when she started, she only had like 15 people, I think, in the chat that I remember. And I know she usually gets a lot of people in her chat. So I was there for a little while, and then my son was like, he didn't wake up until like noon today. So, which is fine. I gave him a little bit of a hard time, but I wasn't upset about it. But I was in the live before he got up, and then for a little while after he got up, and then he was like, well, hey, let's just hang out today and relax. And I was like, all right, cool, we can do that. So let me put this up here just so I remind everyone, right? I am trying to work on getting to 1K. Hey, Cheryl, welcome in. She says, hey there, Christina, and chat.
Hi, Cheryl.
And my son has said that there's no way that I can make it to 1K, right? So if, you have any household accounts or any friends that don't know me yet, you can certainly tell them to come on over, and we can have more family members. That would be great. And also to prove to him that, yarn is important enough to make that mark. Obviously, like Sam said the other day, he doesn't know, some of the channels that we know, right? Cheryl says, "Is that my sweet panda?" Yes, it is. She's
Boo.
eating lunch. So she was making it, and she was trying to hurry so that she could get it done before the live started. And she's like, "I'm just gonna mute and turn my camera off." And I was like, "Okay, that's fine.
I had to be boo.
When you're done, you can. It's cool."
I'm unmuted, so I can say hi, but I'm just gonna.
Yes,
I'm sure people don't want me to feed my mush, and
you're fine. You're fine.
but I had to say hi.
So, oh, thank you, Sabrina. I appreciate that. I get kind of close. Like I got really, really close to 900. I was at 898. And then I stayed that way for like 3 days.
Mhm.
And then I dropped down to like almost 10 subscribers. And then I went back up, and then it's just been, YouTube has its algorithm moments.
YouTube has its stupidity moments.
Well, it is what it is. And like Antoinette at Hookin' and Stitchin' Island Style says, it's a marathon, not a sprint. We'll get there. I think it took her 2 years, a little over 2 years to get to 1K. And she was just, plodding along and doing her thing. And, we'll see. There are some things that I hopefully can talk to some of you all tonight about. Well, it's tonight for me, today for most of you. Some things I'm thinking about, and a couple of things that I've talked about before, but kind of want to see you guys' thoughts before I get started. So if you want to weigh in on what's going to be happening, stick around. We'll be doing that here in a little while. Yeah, so hope everyone had a good weekend. Did anybody do anything exciting? Did you start a new project? Did you finish a project? Did you spend time doing anything different than your normal or average weekend? Welcome in, Moo. How are you? Today is the deadline. If you don't have your stuff in for Moo's Flower Power Cowl, today is the deadline. Anything floral, plant-like, anything that you've crocheted in the last month that fits that bill, get it in. So get that to her.
Hi, Moo.
I went Saturday to a place called Agrigento. It's a town going southwest-ish from here. And it's a little, for me, it's about 3 hours, but I drove to a friend's house, and then we all went as a group. There were 6 of us, and we went, and there's a place there called Valley of the Temples. Absolutely. Yes, there's lots of talent in Sarah's Cal. But at one point, it was well, of course, the Greeks had control of Sicily, and they had a lot of temples there. And so it's called Valley of the Temples, and you can go and see all of them, the pieces and the elements and the ruins and all of that. And we also went to the Turkish Steps, which is an interesting geological feature, I guess you would call it. It's these big white rocks that have been weathered by the water and by wind and erosion and all of that. So, but they're really, really, really like this bright white color compared to some of the lava rocks and other pieces of stone that are around there. So it was really interesting. We had a good time. It was a very long day. Very long day. I didn't get home until almost Sunday morning. But to be fair, we didn't leave my house until about 12:30. So because it was really, really hot and they didn't want to go early in the morning. So they said, let's go later in the evening. And I was like, yeah, okay. I'm not driving. I won't make a fuss, right? Perp said I fell into a macrame rabbit hole. Oh, wow. I bet. Yes, macrame is beautiful. I remember there were some craft fairs that I went to. I mean, I guess they weren't really craft fairs, but they were like festivals and people had booths set up. Some of them had like tumblers, some of them had crochet makes and candles and different things like that. And there was a lady that had some plant holders with macrame cord, and they were very intricate. And I was like, I love your magic. I love your magic. I can't do that magic. I love your magic. Ooh, that would be awesome, Perp.
Yeah, it is.
Would be awesome. Yeah, I can I don't have a ton of pictures, but I can put a small video together if you would like, Cheryl.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't take a ton of pictures. I mean, I have some. And by a ton, I mean I don't have like 200. I probably have like, 50 or 60, which is enough for a slideshow because I tend to take a lot of pictures. But yes, Moo, I definitely agree. Everyone is so clever with their makes. And I love that you are not just limiting it to certain kinds of crafts. You're leaving it open. That is amazing. Let me see.
Hey, Moo.
Right now, it is.
Ooh, heavy rain soon.
It is 27 Celsius here right now. And it's about 83, 84 degrees Fahrenheit. It got up to 31 degrees Celsius today. And then tomorrow, the rest of the week, it's going to be between 29 and 32 Celsius. So definitely not as hot as it was before, but still warm. Yeah, and in the town closest to where I work, it's going to get up to like 36, 37 degrees Celsius.
Ugh.
Yes, Amanda. Yes.
Okay.
That would count.
Okay. I didn't want to. Yeah.
No, because I sent in because I am working on a flower. I'm working on it for Bridget because she requested flowers for her special day.
Okay.
And I have it. It's done. I did it. I'm gonna make 3 of them, but I did one. I did it actually in the car ride on Saturday. But I didn't want to send Moo a picture of it because I don't want anyone to see it until Bridget sees it.
Gotcha.
So I was like, I actually did some painting with my daughter. She did a deer, and I did some poppies with oil pastels.
Cool.
And so I was like, well, I did that this month. I can send that because it's literally open to anything. So mine is not crochet this month.
I did this.
It's not. Oh, that's cute.
It's the center of the square, the Tropical Delight square. It's the center flower. So that's like legit all I got done. I've been trying to work on everything else.
It's a flower, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Send that puppy in.
I did.
So Sabrina, Bridget is getting married soon. And she has asked that if people would like to make in their own craft, whatever that happens to be. If they would like to send her flowers, she would love them. Specifically, if you can, lilies of some kind, but she's not picky. And she has, of course, her favorite color is pink, but, I think she would love anything that's not purple. Because that's a flower she just doesn't get along. Flower. Color. That's a color she doesn't get along with. Welcome in, Rita. She says, hi, everyone. She's back from taking some stuff up to her dad. Yes. It doesn't matter how small. Doesn't want anyone to feel pressured. Cheryl says, I sent in a granny square, not blocked with a stitch marker still in it.
Sounds like
I don't have the answer to that. Do you know the answer to that, Sarah? I mean, not Sarah. Sarah asked the question. Amanda?
I'm not positive. No.
Let me see.
I think it's next year. I want to say, I don't remember.
Let me see. I know there's time. Like, it's not like there's a big.
Rita says April.
April. Okay. Awesome. Thank you. Rita. Thank you, friends. Yes.
I did finish the shawl for the ladies that asked me to make her a shawl. So I finished that because you were asking earlier. So
yes,
I got to finish that. Did you want to see?
As long as it's not mine, I don't care.
No, it's not yours.
Yes, there's plenty of time. So next time when you make your video, Moo, maybe you could share that out too. If that's something you want to do, be like, hey, it could double down. You could make it for me, and you could also send it to Bridget. All right, let me solo you. Hold on.
Hey, I turn on my.
No, make it solo. Make it solo. Oh, nope. I removed you. That's not what I wanted to do. No, stop it. No.
It should be the
Amanda.
Yeah.
Solo.
If you see me, there's
video.
3 little dots. There should be.
I see it. And it says edit name, edit mic, kick from studio, ban from studio. I see it. There we go.
There we go.
Right, yeah, I was like, I don't want to kick her out. What are you talking about?
What you talking about, Willis?
Right? I'm scared.
Well, there you go.
So what yarn did you use? Tell us. What is it?
Ta-da. So it's the Feeling Fancy shawl. And there's the curl. Which is my pattern. I used the Hobby Lobby I Love This Yarn tweed. It's called Ivory Tweed. And then it was what? 5 ounces, 142 grams, 252 yards or 230 meters, 97 acrylic, 3% viscose. So number 4. There's all the information. And then the brown is the I don't have the ball band for it, but it's a Michaels Loops and Threads, just a brown. So, but that's how it came out. And the border.
Why'd you use those colors?
She liked fall colors. So originally she wanted me to use Red Heart, Super Saver, and one of the fall colors. I can't remember the color, but I told her I hadn't got to it yet and to getting it yet. And she says, well, what do you have in your stash? And it was all through a live. And so I showed her, and then she decided she wanted this one, but I wanted to add a contrast color. So I added the dark brown.
Awesome.
So yeah, there's the, and it's still drapey.
What size hook did you use?
Huh?
What size hook did you use?
6, which was my 6mm dots. Whoops. There you go, 6 dots. And it's
How
not
did
that.
you like those?
I actually like the dots hooks. They're nice. I mean, I love my clovers. Obviously, I wouldn't get rid of my clovers, but they're good to have, especially like I crochet a little bit different than other people, which I mean, I guess a lot of people do. But you don't have to use the thumb, but I can if I need to. But I can also I roll like this when I crochet. So I use this part to kind of roll my fingers. So it's good for me, and then I also use the shaft as well.
Yeah.
So that's what I used.
Cool. Let's bring us back a little bit. There we go. Welcome in, Rolling with Rosie. Good to see you. She says, very nice. Everyone says it's fantastic. It's beautiful. Gorgeous, gorgeous. They love the edging. It's beautiful. And Rita says she'll be cutting out more bags. Your video will be coming up next Monday, Rita.
Oh.
Yeah. I got Sparkle's bag in finally.
Yay.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
I know. She loved it. And
That's awesome.
I got our socks and the bag that Mike had gifted me and that he paid forward to me. And then I got a couple of surprises that Rita gave me. I was not, I was not expecting those. So, I mean, I was expecting, the thing because it was my prize, and then I was expecting the socks because that was a gift, and the things for Sparkle, of course, because she told me that was coming, but I was not expecting the other things, and that was awesome.
Amazing.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Moo says she's using her dots right now too. And Moo, if you check out her channel, she just finished an amazing top that she talked about in one of her videos. But she posted, yes, I still have it. It's right here. She sent me some coffee candy. There's 2 different kinds in here. Sorry for the crinkling, peoples. There's this one is Coffee Intense. And then this one is just Coffee X. So, that's too far over. Let me hold it with this. Let's see. They're really good. Yeah, I got most of the bag left.
Nice.
But Sarah made a really beautiful top. She posted it on her community tab, I think.
Gorgeous.
Or was it on Facebook? I don't remember where you posted it.
I think
Sarah.
it was Facebook.
It
was Facebook.
But it's amazing.
Oh, speaking of the Feeling Fancy shawl pattern, can you believe it? When I told Ursula earlier that I put it on Ravelry and I put the link and whatever, she went to Ravelry. She bought my pattern.
No way.
I know. I was
That's
awesome.
That's awesome.
I couldn't believe it.
I have 3 patterns on Ravelry, but they're not shawl patterns. They don't sell well because they're just well, they're not just, but they're like I'm not allowed to call them by the company name. I have to call them. Ursula did. Ursula bought her pattern. They are. I have to call them flat mop covers. Right? I can't call them by their branded name. But I have a duster, scrubby mop, like just a regular mop, and then a super scrubby mop.
I need
Yeah,
to
pay
I
big time.
I need to get those patterns. I just have to wait till payday.
Well, I want to try because when I had it on Etsy, I was able to put them together like in a bundle.
Mm-hmm.
And so that like if you bought them each separately, it was this much, but if you bought them
Mm-hmm.
all together, it was this much.
Mm-hmm.
And I need to figure out how to do that on Ravelry.
Yeah, I'm not sure how to do that.
I'm not either because when I tried to load them all three
Mm-hmm.
together,
Mm-hmm.
it would only let me upload one file. So when I went to upload the second file, it just replaced it instead of adding it. So if anyone has any Ravelry advice, if you know about that at all.
Only person I can think of is Kim.
Ooh, oh yeah, I could ask her. I have at least 10 patterns to type and add to my Ravelry. Plus, I'm designing a cable sweater for ladies. Oh, is it knit or
Awesome.
crochet? Is it knitting? Is it magic that I can't do? It's awesome, but it's
That's magic
magic
I
that I
can't
can't
do.
do. I'm not there yet.
No. Hey, but you have the magic of editing, so you know that's a good magic to have.
Yeah, all the software I use is free though.
I mean, hey, that's good though. Like,
The
hey,
only
for this,
things that I've paid for, I paid for my logo, right? So like if I paid like for my logo right there,
mm-hmm.
right? And then for the intro, oh no, Sabrina, don't be sorry. Don't be sorry at all. Like by all means, like definitely. It sounds amazing. I just it's magic I don't know how to do yet. So I'm
Okay.
always like in awe of that. Like I love crochet. I do, like, but I can do that magic. I know other people can't, but I can do that magic. So I'm like, oh, great, crochet, something I can do. But then when it's knitting, I'm like, oh, wow, that's amazing because I can't do it. Right. Or sewing or macrame, even. Like, I mean, that's a whole different thing, series of knots and things like I can't do that. I don't know how to do that.
I'd love to learn how to do tatting, but
One thing at a time.
yeah, pretty much.
One thing at a time.
I know I need to write down my patterns, and everybody wants them, but I just got a lot going on and not in the right headspace. So,
I understand for sure.
but if anybody, FYI, if you don't have it, if you want to have it, my pattern is on Ravelry. So,
Yes, it is.
FYI.
Why do I have so many? Oh, there was a baby born. I was like, why do I have so many messages? The secretary at my school, she's not going to be there anymore. She's leaving. Hey, Cindy, welcome in. Listen here, magic lady. Time for all your magicness. Jeez Wheeze, what can you not do?
I know I'd love to learn how to knit. Oh,
I
just
will learn how to knit one day. One day
yes.
when I have world enough in time, right? I will learn how to knit. Um it's just right now I don't have the headspace. And I don't mean that. Anything else new, I think I would just shut down.
I understand. That's why I haven't got on my Cricut yet.
Ooh,
And
socks. Awesome.
and now that my computer that I which I'm actually glad that I didn't download any software and stuff to that computer because it broke.
Yeah, it would be gone.
So it would all be gone now. So I'm kind of thankful, but like I really want to get into it.
Right. Yeah, my mom didn't do any of that stuff with me, but I was a Girl Scout for a long time. So like I can sew, I can hand sew. I can use a sewing machine. I learned that in school, but just basic. Like I can go, like I can thread a sewing machine. I can do those things. Um, uh, I like painting with my daughter, and I like doing stained glass kind of stuff. But I do it with like Elmer's glue. I put like black acrylic paint in there and kind of make like what's called goth glue, and you shake it up and then you do it and then you let it dry and then I use like watercolor paint on glass. I used to do that all the time when I was little. Look at Sarah. I can knit, sew, cross stitch, make jewelry. Yeah, because Sarah makes stitch markers, parchment craft, glass painting. I just don't want to anymore. I adore crochet now.
Got one of my
Cool.
Amu stitch markers.
I didn't. Yeah. Hey, Elaine, put in. I didn't see the bot auction either, the most recent one. I heard about it, but I didn't see it.
I don't even know what it was.
With my son being here and trying to do things with him and as a family, and now I'm getting ready for him to leave and all the stuff happening on the island. It has been insane.
Yeah.
Rosie says, I just sew. She's learning to knit and cross stitch. That's cool. Ooh, crossbody bags.
Nice.
Awesome. Yeah, I love crochet. I love gardening. I love reading. I enjoy painting with my daughter. Now it's not a hobby that I would do necessarily just on my own.
Mm-hmm.
The painting, but I'll do it with her because she loves it. She loves art, and I'm all for it.
Mm-hmm.
But to learn a new skill is just, like I said, if I feel like I have to pick up one more thing, then I'm just going to put everything down. And I think that's part of the reason why, like I told you earlier, Amanda, with the crochet, it's like I want to start a new project. I have so many things that I want to do, but if I start something else, then it's going to be like, I just don't want to do anything now.
Yep.
But I know I want to finish what I started. So it's frustrating.
Yeah, that's why.
Lou says, I used to work at a craft shop and learned all the crafts and never went home with any wages.
That's fun.
My mom taught me to knit when I was little. My sister taught me to crochet as a teen. In 2020, I learned to spin. Oh, in 2020, you learned to drop a spin yarn with a drop spindle, and this year you're trying macrame. That's good. That's good, though, Perp.
That's awesome.
Yes. My daughter loves art, and she loves to draw. She did some there's a show that she watches. It's a spin-off of How to Train Your Dragon.
Love it.
If you've ever seen or heard of that. My son loved those movies when he was younger. But my daughter, there's a show, is it Rescue, right? I don't know, some kind of cartoon show with the dragons and all of that. And it's like a whole crew of them now. So she drew her own dragons, right? And then she brought them down and we all took turns naming them. Because she's making a dragon book like they had in the movie, like they have on the show. Like, and so she's giving them all these like qualities and information, and I'm just like, run with it, kid, you know?
Exactly.
Because unfortunately, we don't have people around us necessarily that she can just go play with, you know? So she does a lot of stuff, just me and her, or her and I, and then, you know, sometimes just on our own.
That's awesome.
Mom taught me to knit and use a sewing machine when I was 6. I think she taught me so she could get some things done in the house when I was sick so much. Yeah, maybe Rita. But you know, they're also good skills to have. Like, you know, I mean, not for anything. Like, there are people that don't have those skills. Hi, it's me. I don't have those skills. But you know, I would love to, and I definitely pay good money to have those things made because I can't do them myself. And if I had the skills and the time, then I would definitely do them.
100%.
But I don't even have time to learn the skill right now. Because I'm going to be starting back to work soon, and that's going to take up a lot of my time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know how that is.
Okay, bye, Rosie. Take care. She's just get back to work. What sounds amazing? Sabrina? My daughter? Or Rita? Or Sarah? Or who sounds amazing? I'm not sure. I'm not sure who we're talking about.
Yeah, I understand the whole, you know, too busy to do anything. Only reason I've been able to crochet, especially a little bit on this, or a lot on this, is because, you know, I have to get dropped off in the morning. Some mornings I have to sit there for like an hour, and then sometimes I'll crochet on lunch. Or the other day, I think it was almost an hour and a half after I got off work is when Drew picked me up.
Yeah.
So, you know, I was able to crochet.
I bring my crochet to work. I'll have it when I go to work. And you know, sometimes my lunch break I'll sit and crochet for 30 minutes because that's about all the lunch break I get. But you know, sometimes in the morning, or I hope that my principal doesn't think anything negative of it, but sometimes I'll bring it to like staff meetings and stuff.
Yeah.
Because like I'll get frustrated and bored, and if I don't have something to do with my hands, I'm gonna say something. And she hasn't asked me about it yet. Like, I mean, I participate. Like, I'm only crocheting when they're talking.
Right.
But I'm still looking. I'm still paying attention. Like, if I bring crochet to a staff meeting, it's not like an intricate pattern that I have to follow. It's like a washcloth or something. Mm-hmm. But I will work on it, and because I will fidget, and I know that I will fidget. And so if I have something to keep my hands busy, then I won't do that. So I won't distract other people around me, or say something sarcastic or what I like, because my mouth just shoots right out before my brain can say, stop it. And, you know, it's not always a good time. So keeping my brain busy, keeping my mind busy, that helps.
It's funny, like at work, I can't just stand there. And mornings, like a typical Monday through Friday morning, we open up at 6 a.m. at customer service, we're not really busy for the first 2 hours. And like now, since I've come into my own, they're really only scheduling one of us in the morning at 6 a.m. The next person doesn't come until like 9. So I'm up there for 3 hours by myself. I can't stand there and crochet. I wish I could. But what I do is I pace. I walk back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, just to do something, because I can't just stand there.
Yeah.
I can't just stand there. It's really
get your steps in, man. Get your steps in.
Yes. Yes. What all I can do. I wish I could crochet.
Was told by my teacher in Norwegian to pick up my knitting when he was explaining something so I would keep awake. He was so boring I would fall asleep. Sabrina, she amazes me all the time with the things that she comes up with and that she does. And I wish that I had more of a way to give her an outlet, and maybe in time I will, but it is awesome. I had a teacher like that, Rita. It was my 10th grade English teacher. I would get in so much trouble. Because I'd be finished with all my work and then I'd do something that he didn't want me to do. And it wouldn't be anything bad. I mean, I'd like pick up a book or start drawing something and he'd be like, you need to stop that and get to work. And I'd be like, but I turned my work in. He'd be like, well, you need to do your homework. And I'm like, I did that too. Like I'm done. Like, and he'd be like, well, you need to quit. And I'll be like, you need to quit being so boring, quit making work so easy. Like, I mean, give me a challenge. I regularly got sent out of class. Yeah.
Yeah, I always fell asleep in class because, and I think it back now, I think I've always had some sort of chronic fatigue or something because I've never really woken up, no matter how much sleep I get. I've never woken up well rested ever that I can ever remember.
Mm-hmm.
I've always fallen asleep in class. I used to always get in trouble, or my mom would get in trouble, or whatever. It's like it's something I can't help, and they
Right.
just. So yeah, I was always falling asleep. Always falling asleep. Like, sorry, can't help it. Just one of those things. So.
Yeah, with my daughter, I've given her a weighted blanket,
Mm-hmm.
and that has definitely helped her sleep because she is not struggling to stay still.
Mm-hmm.
So it gives her enough like security where she's still and she's not flip flopping all over the place. So that's nice. Because she doesn't wake up in such a horrible mood.
I don't really like, even if I get crap for sleep. I almost said a bad word. Even if I get crap for sleep.
If you were in the UK, that would be a very bad word.
That's true. Even if I get poop for sleep, like I still don't wake up really with a bad attitude unless I'm near my mom's husband, and then he gets the brunt of it because he makes me very angry.
Yeah.
Like, and I've told him before, like, and it was kind of an excuse, but I told him before, I'm not a morning person.
Right.
You tell someone good morning, and they're just whatever. But then, like, because he'll go, morning. And there was one time I just was like, whatever. And he goes, good morning. So said it louder. And I said, I went off on him. I literally, like, I said, I'm sorry, Mom. I said, but he does this every time. He knows I'm not a morning person. That's just how I am. And he wants to push himself on me. So he's going to learn.
Right.
So, I mean, sometimes I'm not really.
Yeah.
Person, but.
Well, I mean, I don't mean that like she wakes up in a bad mood, like she's mean or anything, but it's like she's like grumpy and kind of like she like you, like not a morning person. But like with the weighted blanket, I've noticed that she will like if I say, okay, it's time to get up, like it's time to get up and get ready for school. She may not want to go to school, but she gets up, she has energy, she will move around, because she's gotten a little bit more calming sleep.
Gotcha.
So, but if she doesn't have it, like when we were out, like if we stay in a hotel or something.
Mhm.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
I'm glad that we can sleep in when we're in a hotel because that gives her that extra time.
Yes.
Because otherwise we would never go anywhere. And I wish there was a way without it being so expensive that I could travel with it.
Yes.
But one, she sleeps with an adult weighted blanket.
Mhm.
So she doesn't sleep like she has a little kid's weighted blanket, but it weighs like 3 pounds.
Mhm.
And she very quickly grew out of that. Like it's not enough for her. So
Too bad like
she,
hotels don't like rent them. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
they're hard to wash. Yeah, they are. Like I can only wash the cover of the blanket.
Yeah.
I can't wash the actual weighted part because it has all those beads in it and it like you can't wash it.
Yeah. Mm.
So that's a little frustrating. But we have 10 people in the house. So I just want to ask you guys a couple of things because I want to start some things on my channel. Two things in particular I've been thinking about. One, we've kind of already talked about. My back. I
You're here.
blinked for a second.
Didn't even see it.
Okay. One, I've already talked about doing the tutorials for free patterns. But I was thinking about doing, hey, Denise, welcome in. I wanted to start with like a smaller pattern, like maybe like a dish towel or something, and then move up to a bigger pattern. So let me know what you guys think about that. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I had mentioned in a couple of lives ago that I want to help people who don't know how to read patterns. And a long time ago, when I was still in the States, was given permission by several companies to do tutorials with their free patterns.
Amazing.
So I just have to put the link, right? This pattern is this, whatever. And I had like 3 people email me. 2 people emailed me tops, like crochet tops, and one person sent me this blanket, and that's lovely. And I'm all for doing at least some of them. A blanket, I think, would be a lot to do. It would be a long, not a lot as in like I don't want to do it, but a lot as in it would be a series. And I think a top would be as well. But like a dish towel would be something, or even a washcloth, just something small that I could do. So if there's something that you guys have in mind, anyone who's already sent me one, if there's a smaller project that you want to send for me to start with, because I think that for people that struggle to read patterns, doing a big project might be overwhelming.
Probably.
But I mean, I'm happy to do the other projects as well. I just, well, I think, Cheryl, the thing is people struggle to read the pattern as a whole. So if it was an easy enough repeat, then yeah, I could do something like that. But for me, the point is for you to know and feel comfortable reading a pattern from beginning to end. So start out with, what is this? What do these things mean? What do the abbreviations mean? Because people write patterns differently. The way I write my pattern is not the same way Amanda writes her pattern. And we all know that. Even knitting patterns. I mean, I've seen knitting patterns, and some of them look completely different because they're from different writers. So some of the symbols are the same, like double crochet, obviously, those kinds of things. But I want it to be something that people feel comfortable when they walk away. They're like, I can do a pattern like this, right? So if it's an easy repeat, then I could definitely do a swatch and the border. But I would
I wish something like that was around when I was learning to do read patterns. I taught myself how to read patterns. It was trial and error. I mean, I still have issues with reading patterns because, like, not anything against the writer, but like the Bella Vita shawl, it was very short hand pattern writing. And it wasn't very explanatory. And at times it was hard for me to read it. And I had to frog that thing a couple times because of it. So everybody does it differently.
Yeah, I know that there are a lot of people that depend on tutorials. And they don't make certain things because they can't read patterns.
Yeah.
And they really want to make them. And maybe I can even expand that because I don't know how to read charts. So maybe I'll learn how to read charts and then I do that too. I don't know. But my thought was to, like I said, to start small and do something that's like a smaller pattern, and then build up to like the shirts or the blankets or something like that, because it is going to be a process. And so if it's a small pattern, it's something that I can maybe do. I mean, it would be a long form video. Like it could be well over, I don't know, an hour or more, but blankets would be really long. So sorry, my electricity's being weird. I think maybe there are too many things on. Yes, even different countries, Rita. That's a good idea, or that's a good thought. How different people in different countries write their patterns are very different. So let me know what you think. If like I said, if there's a pattern, I can do things from Premier, Yarn Inspirations, Lion Brand. I think that's it.
If my pattern,
I'll have to go back and check.
Go on mine.
But I know there are 3 for sure that I can do. 3 companies that I can do tutorials for. So if there's something, even if you know how to read a pattern, if there's like a simple pattern that you're like, hey, this would work, Oh, hey, Bridget, we were just talking about you earlier. Your wedding is in April, right? Your wedding is in April. Oh, that's good to know. French crochet terms, when translated, are U.S. terms.
Oh, cool.
So, welcome in, Kristen. It's good to see you. Glad you're here. We were talking about Moo's Flower Power Cow and how the things that I had made. Oh, yeah. Okay, so 2024, April 20th, 2024. There you go for everyone. Because I was talking about how I'd made flowers sent to you, but I didn't want to put it in Moo's. I didn't want to send a picture of it to Moo for her monthly video for her Flower Power Cow, because I don't want anyone to see it until you do. Yes.
Ooh, something Sabrina. That's awesome.
We were talking about when your celebration was going to be. And I did not have the foggiest as far as specific times. And someone mentioned April, and then here you are, right, to give us the day. Woohoo! So definitely, you can send that to Bridget. Ooh, it's the day after Sabrina's birthday. So her birthday is the 19th of April.
Awesome.
Let me put that in my calendar so I don't forget Sabrina. Sabrina, April.
We're just gonna get something Sabrina made. That is amazing. That's like up there, man.
Sabrina.
That is like special to have something made by Sabrina. What the what? Yes. It's
Yeah, it
amazing.
is. Repeat
Amazing.
every year. Done.
Nailed it.
Okay. It's in my calendar.
Awesome sauce.
Now don't forget. Look, I'd forget my head if it wasn't attached to my shoulders. I gotta put stuff. I gotta put stuff in there, man.
Yes.
It reminds me of all the important things that I need to remember.
Like when I told you I was having an interview.
You're welcome. Yeah, man, I gotta put that stuff in there.
Yeah.
I do. That's my secret, you guys. That's my secret to being a good friend.
I mean,
That's my
hey,
secret to being a good friend. Somebody's like, "Hey, I've got this coming up in 2 weeks," or "My birthday is this," and I'm like, "Okay, cool." And I'm listening to you as you continue to talk, but I got to put it in my calendar right then. And then I try to set a reminder like the week before, if it's like an interview or if it's a birthday, like a couple of weeks before to make sure I get a gift.
mhm.
And then I just put the reminder on repeat if it's a birthday or something like that. And then there we go. Then I remember
It works.
because my calendar tells me to remember. And people are like, "Oh, you have such a good memory," and I do have a good memory. But it's not as great as it used to be.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I find that organization does help.
Especially to remember all the things.
Yes, organization helps. Especially when school starts back because it will be crazy. So crazy.
Very crazy.
Not looking forward to that. So I only have this live and one more. And then I start back to work. So I will not have weekly lives anymore. I could do it on the weekends. I could try to do it at night, but honestly,
It's too much.
I want, especially when I start back to work, like I want to be able to do things on the weekends, enjoy time with my daughter. If there's something that we want to go do, or even just take a weekend trip, or a day trip, or whatever. I don't want to have to be like, "Oh no, honey, we can't because, mommy has this to do," or no, you can't go hang out at your friend's house because I can't come pick you up, or whatever the case may be. I don't want the days that we have to spend together to be, I don't mind during the summer because we're together every single day. All of the days. We're together all of the days. So having this is kind of like my me time. But during the school year, we don't have that. So
And if you'll have me, I am off next Monday. So
yeah, sure, of course. Absolutely. And who knows? There might be something crazy special going on next week people might want to tune in for. You never know. But that does bring me to the other thing I wanted to talk about. So I have thought about monthly doing like a hidden giveaway. Because I do hidden giveaways anyway. I haven't done one in a little while, but I do hidden giveaways. So kind of putting it out in one of my videos at the beginning of the month, and then putting out, the drawing towards the end of the month. So you have all month, but that gives me, like, it's not necessarily going to be the first of the month, like the, number one day of the month, because I don't put videos out every day. I put videos out on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. That's the schedule I'm trying really hard to stick to. So if that sounds interesting, let me know. And also, what kind of giveaway would you like to see? Would you like it to be like digital things, like you could win a pattern of your choice, or you could win, PayPal or whatever, or a digital gift card like Wool Warehouse or something like that? Or would you like, a physical prize? What would you prefer? Just kind of put in the chat and weigh in what you think.
I mean, I think to make it easier and maybe more cheaper on you, I would say like what, every month. So you're going to do it once a month. So like 1 month you do a digital pattern, or every third month you do a physical prize. So something you send out. So like the first 2 months you do a digital, and then the third month you do a physical where you send something off. That would save, you time, money, all of that stuff.
I would love to say I heard you, but I didn't, because my computer was spinning. So I heard nothing that you said, and I don't want to lie and be like, yeah, that sounds like a great idea, because I have no idea what you said. I heard up until you were like every other month or every 3 months do this, and then my computer started spinning. I heard nothing. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. No, you're fine. So
I
what I
very
said,
nearly said a curse word, but I didn't.
no, so all I said was like, to make it easier and simpler and cheaper on you. So do 1 month, 2 months, do like a digital, and then the third month, so like every 3 months, you would do a physical prize where you send something out.
Oh, okay.
So that way it would save you in shipping, stuff like that.
Okay. Cool.
That's just my idea.
Perp says Ravelry patterns are a great idea. Moo says, because the way things are right now, digital would be good. Maybe the option of PayPal or a pattern, as many peeps would be grateful for the PayPal. Yeah, I think so too. I don't want to get like so many options every month.
Mm-hmm.
But like if I did a digital prize, I would say, you could have this amount up, in one of these options.
Yeah.
Because if I did Amazon, it would be Amazon US.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have any other. Well, I have Amazon.it, but there aren't any Italian people that watch my channel that comment or anything that I know of. So it would be US Amazon. Not everybody has access to that or wants to shop there, because if you don't live in the US or have access to an address in the US, then it's stupid expensive to get it shipped to you. Well, that's what I was wondering, Cheryl. But since it's going to be a hidden giveaway, it's going to be people that watch my channel anyway. You know what I'm saying? So there are going to be people that would come regardless. So I don't know. I mean, I know that there are people that do both. Like there are people that do monthly giveaway that is a digital prize, and there are people that do physical prizes, and they give that away every month. But I was, you know, I do like, I like the idea of a digital prize because it's more sustainable in the fact that you're not, you know, shipping things and all of that. But some people like that physicality of getting something in the mail.
Yes.
Right. So I really don't know. That's why I was asking what you all might think. You know, I know, like Sabrina said, it's ultimately my choice, but I'd love to know what you think. Because you guys are the people that watch. Like you would be the people entering, right? Not necessarily everyone here. I know Bridget doesn't enter giveaways and things like that, but I want to know what you think. I genuinely want to know. So even if you're lurking, or if you're watching the replay, right? Definitely let me know in the chat and comments. What would you like to see as a giveaway, right? Yeah, physical is depending on where it goes, you know, and it would be worldwide because I'm, you know, I'm in Italy, and if I just sent to the US, that wouldn't be fair. So, although I mean, I do have the ability to send straight to the US, but I do have access. Look who it is! Hi, lovely. Good to see you.
Hi.
Oh, I miss you. I do have access to a post office most days when I'm at work. So I could go, you know, and ship something. But you're right, Moo, depending on um, where I'm sending it to, it would be it would be really expensive. So maybe we could start out with digital and see where that takes us. But I do want to start doing something, like I said, even if it's small, because most patterns aren't super expensive, you know. But no, we'll see.
Like, mine's only $6, you know. And
Yeah,
there's some
yeah.
obviously that are cheaper than mine, so you know.
Well, I think mine are $5.
Yeah.
My flat mop pads are $5.
Yeah.
Yes, that is. I do that a lot. Perp. I do that quite often.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like using Etsy because of how much they take from people, but I do like using it when I buy things, because Lisa, Ladybird, she does. There was something. What was it last year or the year before that I did? I don't remember if it was Smile Club or there was something that I did, but like there was one lady who was in Australia, and I was like, I don't have the money to send like something from my house to Australia. So I got on Etsy and sent something.
Mm-hmm.
I've done that for a couple of other people as well, because it does cut down on cost.
Mm-hmm.
But that is a really good idea. Order a surprise gift from an Etsy seller in the winner's country. If their country has Etsy, for sure.
That's a good
That
idea.
would make it a lot easier.
Mm-hmm.
That's a really good idea, Herb. Thank you. I even did that for Sam's birthday one year. That little, if you see that flamingo with the rainbow on it that says Memphis Makes, I sent her that for her birthday, but that was from an Etsy seller in the UK. Like I didn't make that, but I was like, those are things that she likes, and that'd be kind of cool to have something with your channel name on it, you know.
Yep.
So that's what I sent. That is a really good idea. Thank you, Perp. Appreciate it.
And even when I sent Mike and Mike his birthday gift through Amazon. I went to Amazon UK and signed
Yeah.
up for the trial, for Amazon Prime UK. And
Yeah.
then once he got his gift, I canceled it. So I'm not
Yeah.
paying for it, so stuff like that even helps,
It does.
So,
Yeah.
unless you're
I would love to do it. I just, I want to know what things you guys would want. Like I said, you guys are the ones that are entering. So if digital is something that you would prefer, then, maybe I'll even put out a poll on my community tab.
Sure. I mean,
if I did monthly giveaway, would you like a digital prize or a physical prize?
And if you do a physical prize, and it doesn't have to be yarn, obviously, you can do like a specialized hook.
What I would like to do, honestly, if I oh, I'll give it to you, there you go. There are some people on Etsy that make like different tools.
Mm-hmm.
Like Pink Sheep Designs, Evelyn from Pink Sheep Designs.
Yes.
Her husband does a lot of 3D printing, and she has like stitch markers and gauge swatches and pom-pom makers are all 3D printed. Hi, Tiger Dragon Girl. Welcome in. I definitely understand, Mama Swift. No worries. No worries at all. She says, sorry, I haven't been around much. Busy with the grandbabies. That's more important than us. And we're definitely not as cute as they are. Just saying.
No.
But I mean, I think that things that would support you in your craft, would also be helpful.
Yep.
Instead of just yarn, because
exactly.
I have a lot of yarn and I plan to use it, but like I said to you earlier, like I mean, I'm still unfinished with this blasted thing. This is for those of you that don't know, I'll show it to you. All right, bye. Love you.
Bye. Love you. Miss you.
March. This is my Rosewood Manor Murder Mystery Cowl. This is right here. Oh, I'll solo myself. Solo.
Red Solo Cup.
This is it. And I'm on part 7. I'm almost finished with part 7 now. This blue part here, part 7. So I am almost finished. There are 9 parts, so I have to do part 8 and part 9. But this is what I have. But I mean, this was supposed to be done before my birthday, and honestly, things just got in the way of getting it done, because it's not a complicated pattern, but it is a pattern you have to focus on. You have to focus, because it is a puzzle. I mean, literally, that's what it is. It's murder mystery. So it is a puzzle. And each section, most sections, you get to choose your path, right? So mine does not look the same as other people's, right? Because the center right here was everyone had to do the same thing. The second part you got to choose. The third part here, this part here, everyone had to do the same thing. And then the 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th, you got to choose. So this is 4 here, 5, and then this is 6, and then what I'm working on now is 7. So this part with the ridges, ooh, that was on my head. The part with the ridges here, these are the treble crochets. This is part 5, and then this is 6, the blue, the lighter blue, and then the darker blue is 7. So, but like, I just finished my Bella Vita shawl. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Both compliments. Thank you. Um, and but I felt guilty even starting my Bella Vita shawl. I felt really, really guilty starting my Bella Vita shawl before I had finished my before I finished this. I didn't feel bad starting my like when I did some washcloths and things like that. I didn't feel bad with those because I was on a trip and I didn't want. I mean, there's no way that I could pack this gigantic thing with me. But I felt bad for even working on the shawl, right? And it has nothing to do with anyone but my brain, right? Because I have something that's unfinished. My brain haunts me until that gets done.
Yep.
So I feel like, I want to make sure that I'm doing things that make sense for me, right? So that's why I want to know what what kind of projects, if I'm going to do the reading the patterns, what kind of things do you want to see? Because I don't want to spend time on something that you guys don't want to watch, for sure. So definitely let me know in the comments below or in an email what you think. And I appreciate the compliment on my glasses. They're a little dirty. I look different without my glasses, don't I?
Mm-hmm.
I used to have sort of rounded off rectangular glasses. That's what I used to wear. But I wanted to see if I could see better with bigger lenses, if that makes sense, because it would give me a wider field of vision, especially at the top. Nope, I think that just made it worse on that side. Yeah. Yes. Kitchen cloth and towel spa set, just a thought. Yeah, awesome. Those are both great ideas, Angela. If you could send those to me in an email, you don't have to necessarily send me a pattern. You don't have to go looking for a pattern, but if that's something you would like to see, absolutely. I need to get started on a baby blanket too. My half sister is having a baby and asked me if I wouldn't mind making a blanket. So,
Well, I told you if you help me write my blanket pattern, if you want to, you can use that.
yeah, but you didn't. We don't have. You have not set up time to talk to me about the pattern. You haven't said, "Hey, do you have time to talk about the pattern?"
Because I don't like bugging you. You know that.
You mean you don't like bugging me? You're not bugging me. You're my friend. You don't bug me. You don't bug me. If I can't do it, I'll be like, "Hey, can we do it next week or something?" But you're not bugging me. What's you bug me for? That's silliness. Friends don't bug you. If you were bugging me, you wouldn't be my friend.
Did you hear that?
It sounded like thunder.
It's about to storm outside.
Look on my glasses.
Peekaboo.
Bugger.
I know everybody wants that pattern. Everybody wants that pattern.
But it wouldn't be a bother, is my point.
I know.
I want to start on my square too, but I don't know what to make. So that's another thing. If you don't know, if you follow Ladybird, if you go to her channel, she is asking for subscribers. That's all, folks. She is asking for subscriber squares, 7 inches, so 7 by 7 squares. Is it a DK weight? DK weight, worsted weight, DK weight, worsted weight, DK weight, worsted weight. Somebody answer me. I don't remember. But she is asking for squares. No more than 4, she said, per person. No more than 4 per person. But you know, she is asking for them. So if you would like to send them, and it can be whatever kind of design you want. But worsted. Okay, thank you, Rita. I need to make that too. That's on my list. Yes, please, Cheryl. I had small frame glasses for 15 years. Last time I got glasses, I didn't make that mistake. I don't mind the glasses. What I mind is these get smudged, DK or worsted 7-inch square. Okay. I knew it was a 7-inch square. I just couldn't remember if it was DK or like it had to be one or the other, or if it could be either. Thank you, Perk. But I get more smudges on the bigger glasses.
Mm-hmm.
So like when it touches my cheek, right? Like the oils from my face, if it touches my eyebrows, like when I push my glasses up, so I'm constantly, I find myself cleaning them more, which is annoying. So annoying. So, that is frustrating for sure, because yeah. So, I mean, if I could find the perfect size that weren't big enough to get smudges all over them, not that my smaller ones didn't get smudges on them, but they didn't hit my face so much to where they got smudges on them. But I do find that the wider vision is helpful because it's out past my eyes and not just like a little rectangle in front of my eyes, to where I'm like over or under, or, you know, even my peripheral vision, I can see it's not blurry on the sides of my faces. My sides of my face. I only have one face. Jesus.
Do you remember when you had your podiversary?
No, I had one of those. Yeah.
There was the winter chicken dinner.
Yes, that Brenda, the yellow one that you're working on.
See, I couldn't remember if it was Brenda or Barbara.
No, her name's Brenda.
And that's it right there so far.
Ooh, that's a pretty yellow.
Isn't it pretty? I wish I could get
follow you. Hold on, be still. Don't move. Freeze. Okay.
There you go.
Yeah, she's making the feeling fancy shawl in the yellow.
Pretty.
Yes, Tiger Dragon Girl.
Using 2 balls.
Yeah, at least they're not blue.
Exactly, but it's going to be massive. It's going to be a massive shawl.
That is beautiful.
Reminds me of candy corn almost.
Yeah, it sort of does.
It's so
I might have, no worries, Sabrina. I'm glad you're still here. Tiger Dragon Girl says her glasses have transitions. Mine do too. So when I go outside, they turn into sunglasses. And I absolutely love them, because only one time in my life did I ever get regular glasses and sunglasses. And that was only because the place that I went to was having like this special on sales. So special on sales, a special sale on glasses. God, I can't talk.
Am I rubbing off on you today?
Jesus. So I ended up getting 2 pairs because transition was really expensive at that time.
Yep.
And now with my vision insurance, it is so much better than the insurance that I had before. So I literally paid nothing for my frames, my lenses. There was something else. Oh, the scratch resistant anti-glare. I didn't pay for any of that. The only thing I paid for was the fee for the transition. And it was like $50, I think. So I was like, I'll take it. Like, load it up, right? If I don't have to pay for any of that, I'll take it.
That's how mine was at Home Depot. They said I wouldn't have to pay for the transitions, but I have to have really thick glasses. But they use a certain lens where they doesn't have to be so thick. They thin it down. But in order to do the transitions on that, it's really hard and really expensive to do. So I had to pay like $35.
Yeah. I
So
was not phased at all. I was like, that's all? $50, that's it?
yep.
I'll take it, because I have never paid less than $200 plus for my glasses.
It's crazy.
Since I've had to pay for my own glasses, and I've had to have glasses since I was in the 7th grade. I needed glasses sooner than that, but yeah, we won't go there. We're not gonna go there.
Trust me. I'm with you.
So, let's see. Herb said, my hubby told me he needed a blanket for a work colleague, but she's already 28 weeks, so maternity leave starts in a max. Oh, wow. Better get cranking, Herb. And Angela said it was gorgeous, her favorite. Cheryl says it's looking amazing. She loves the colorway. Puddin says the colors look like my Bella Vita shawl. I haven't seen the slideshow.
It is, Elaine. It's actually
Okay.
Elaine did hers from the cream to the yellow.
Uh-huh.
I switched mine around and did from the yellow and going to the cream.
Okay.
So it is. You're right, Elaine.
So they're using the same yarn, Cheryl.
It's the Rainbow Rhapsody. I think it's called Sunny Days or something like that. I don't remember. But of course you can't get any more. And a lady
they don't
at
make
work,
no Rainbow Rhapsody anymore.
I know a lady at work really wanted a shawl in this color, and I was like, yeah, I can't get it anymore, but I'll be happy.
Brilliant blonde.
Oh, that's what it is. Okay. There you go. Brilliant blonde. I knew it was
blonde. Yeah.
But she really wanted this color, and I was like, sorry, only 2 I have I'm using, but I can find something at a different yarn store. Because like Hobie has the yellow ones, but I told her I would have to like place an order, and I need a little bit of money for that because I'm not paying for shipping. So I'd have to spend the $99. So, but it's fine.
Yeah, because you wouldn't need to spend that much money to get free shipping if you're just ordering the yarn for her shawl. Yeah, I had a lady ask me if I could make her basket for her living room out of like ribbon yarn or tape yarn or something. And I was like, yeah, sure. I was like, just find the colors that you want, order them on Amazon, or, if there's something that you want, I can look and see. And I sent her the prices, and she was like, wow, that's expensive. And I was like, yeah. I was like, if you pay for the yarn plus even a little bit of my time, it's going to be expensive, because that's not yarn that I have. I don't have that in not the colors that she wanted. Yeah. Collecting yarn, collecting patterns, and crocheting are all separate hobbies. Yes, 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 they are. Oh.
And with a thinner yarn, it also takes a longer time. So
tell me about it. Ugh.
This is a 1 weight and a 4 millimeter hook. No, you're fine. You're good.
Hook's not so bad. I can do Amy. I make tight stitches, but like I remember this blanket right here when I was doing, it's down there. It's this is the Under the Sea blanket by Lether Co. It got their subscription box, and it was a teeny tiny yarn, and I was really trying to follow the pattern, and I was really trying, but it was taking forever, and I got really frustrated. I got so frustrated. So many rabbit holes all the time. Yes. Yes, that is very true, Sabrina. Because one, they don't understand. They're like, oh, it's just yarn. Yeah, it's just yarn, but it's expensive yarn. And if you want it to be something that's a nice quality, that's not gonna tear up the first time you put it in the washer or dryer, like especially if you make like a baby blanket or something, you want it to be durable. You want it to be a decent yarn. If you make a shawl, if you make, like, you don't want it to rip or anything like that or fall apart. So it makes a difference.
And you don't want scratchy yarn either. Ugh.
Right. Anatomically correct gallbladder. Oh, well, I don't have mine anymore, so I can't help you there. It's gone.
That's why she's doing hers, because she's having hers taken out.
I have I don't have a gallbladder. I don't have a uterus. I don't have an appendix. I have my spleen. I still have my spleen. But I don't have my gallbladder or my appendix or my uterus. They're all gone.
Craziness.
Run away.
They ran away. They went bye-bye.
Yeah, they needed to go, though. It was their time.
Yes, especially the uterus.
Yeah, it's kind of scary. That's a no thank you. I don't want to do that again.
No, that one tried to kill you. No thank you.
It tried to kill me. Well, to be fair, my gallbladder and my appendix would have killed me had they burst, but they were taken out in time.
Yeah.
Because my gallbladder was very, very full. And your appendix, they tell you if it bursts, you only have a short amount of time.
Yep.
Before, like, it will poison your body. So it's kind of scary.
Yeah.
Ooh, cool. Awkward Yeti gallbladder. Found it on Ravelry.
Nice.
That's neat.
That's awesome.
Maybe I should do that. Crochet all the organs I don't have anymore.
Yes. That'd be hilarious. That'd be hilarious.
Oh, I could set them up in my yarn room, and then when I do videos in there, I'll be like, yeah, that's my appendix and my gallbladder and my uterus. They're all sitting there. I've had them removed, and they're sitting there on my shelf.
What you should do is
put them in jars.
I was going to say put them in jars, but paint it with a light tinted green so it looks like it's in the fermenting liquid, so only like paint it so far. You know what I mean? Putting it in water, water, you don't want to do that. So just kind of paint it.
Yeah, you could paint it like with like the glass paint. So
that's what I was saying with like the light tint. Mm-hmm. So where you can still see it, but looks like it's
Yeah, they have the patterns where you can do like you can like Velcro it even.
Yeah.
Right. And make the different chambers of the heart.
I know like Knot Monsters, KNOT, Knot Monsters, they have a ton of gold based. I want one of those books so bad. Because I thought I was like, that's so creepy. I'm like, oh, that's awesome. What are you talking about? Especially if you have kids, like it's a good way to teach.
I'm sorry, Perp.
What'd she say?
Ooh, I do. I don't have glow in the dark yarn. I don't have glow in the dark yarn. I do have color changing yarn, but it's like it changes color with the sun. Oh, okay. There you go. Cheryl, the person that did the anatomically correct gallbladder did a pattern for an anatomically correct heart.
Nice.
There you go. Maybe you can check that out.
Yes.
I have seen some glow in the dark yarns like in people's videos, but they don't ever really seem to work that well.
No. Now maybe
I was just gonna say, if you know the person, Tiger Dragon Girl, you can put it. You can't put a link in the chat, but you could put the name in the chat.
Maybe you could, like when you paint it, also paint it with a little bit of the green glow in the dark paint, and then put the little fairy lights in there, so you can kind of light it up. And I think that'd be kind of cool.
That would be cool.
I'm a freaky.
Rita says 11 days until she travels.
Crazy.
Okay. There we go. Yes, Lion Brand has glow in the dark yarn. That is cool. Yeah, I just don't own any. I own some of the chameleon yarn. It's a color changing yarn.
Love
So
that.
it's white, and if you get it out in the sun, it changes like purple and yellow. And I think I have pink. Purple, yellow, and pink.
I used to have a shirt that did that.
Yeah. Yeah. Where are you going, Rita? Where are you going? Where are you going? Tell the people where you're going.
I know where she's going.
I know where she's going, but she could tell people where she's going.
I know where she's going.
Sunny and Dino Stomp is the raffle name. Okay, cool.
Oh, cool.
Here you go, Cheryl. That's awesome. Oh, it's been an hour and a half already. Oh my goodness.
That's crazy.
It is. It's so crazy.
By the way, the sandwich I made, amazing.
Oh, I'm glad you loved it.
It was so good. It was, hubby got me, because I asked him for sub rolls. So he went to Walmart, and you know how Walmart has the bakery section where they freshly bake bread and whatever. And he got me the Cuban ones that are like this big, and had cherry wood smoked ham, and then fontina cheese with mayonnaise, mustard, lettuce, and tomato. So good. So good. What, Lily? Do you see the paw? You see her?
Hi, Lily.
Her paw was like right here.
Hi, Lily.
Say hi. Say hi. Come on.
Yeah, she's going to Sweden. Cheryl, she's going back to Sweden
to see her hubs for a little bit.
Yeah.
And then back to Norway.
Yeah, I'm so sorry, Perp. She says, I'm falling apart, Moon. A fortnight ago, I got hit by a car, but I'm struggling on.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, big hugs. Gentle hugs, but big hugs.
Yes. Yes.
Big hugs.
I know the falling apart part. I'm going to take it one day at a time, man, I tell you.
Yeah, it's difficult.
It is. It really is. Especially when you have to work.
Yeah. I did a video. So this coming week, I have 3 videos. Well, one video has already come out today. And then I'll have one coming out on Wednesday and Friday. And they're all ones that I batch recorded while I was like in the throes of being sick. So starting August 7th, I'll have some other videos coming out where I talk a little bit about the fires and stuff that were happening, because they happened right after I recorded all those videos. And the reason why I couldn't get all those videos up in time is because we didn't have any internet or electricity or all kinds of things off and on all the time. We're okay now though. But I did the random question Q&A tag from Rusty and Mama G Gear.
Nice. I loved those shirts.
I know. Yeah. Big hugs for Perp. Cheryl needs a donut. Amanda.
Speaking of donuts, so we had a fundraiser. Well, there was some kids that had a fundraiser yesterday on the outside of my job, and they were selling Krispy Kreme donuts. Well, they sold all of the ones that they sold. They had some extra. They brought them up to us. Now, I'm not normally a huge donut fan, but yesterday was just so crazy. I ate one, and my body was like, more. I ended up having 3 by the end of the day. But the thing is normally I don't, but they were so soft and so fluffy. I was just like,
oh, thank you, Rita. Rita's
Awesome.
dropping the link for Anatomical Crochet and the Ravelry link. Thank you.
Thank you, Rita. Sorry.
No, you're fine. I don't really like Krispy Kreme donuts. I've never liked Krispy Kreme donuts, and I don't really care for Dunkin' Donuts either. I don't like them. I mean, I'll eat them, but I don't like them. I will not eat Krispy Kreme donuts. Like the glazed donuts.
That's what these were.
No, I won't eat them. There's a place in Arkansas called Irish Maid, MAID donuts. That's really good. And then Shipley's donuts. I'll eat Shipley's donuts. But I don't really eat. I will not eat Krispy Kreme. If anybody brought Krispy Kreme, I'd be like, nope, I don't want those. I don't know.
Public donuts.
Yes, they have decent donuts. But being here, I've been a little spoiled when it comes to pastries. Not gonna lie.
Publix, they used to have the cream filled long johns.
They
don't have them anymore. Can you believe they don't sell them anymore? It's like one of their biggest sellers. They don't sell them anymore. I was so sad. So sad.
Yes. Tiger Dragon Girl, Rita is a moderator, so she can drop links. So I don't. Not everyone can drop them. Just the moderator.
Yes.
Yeah, I had actually last night. My son wanted steak for dinner, and there's not. Well, I'm not going to say that. Let me not say that. I don't know how to order steak at a butcher shop. And they don't have it just like prepackaged in a grocery store that I've been able to find here. So we went to a steakhouse, and for dessert, they gave us little pastries filled with I think they meant for it to be warm, but it was piping hot pistachio cream. It was very, very hot, but it was like dusted with powdered sugar. Oh, it was delicious.
Oh, now I want to go to Cheddar's. Cheddar's Southern Kitchen. Yes, that one. They have like croissants, but they're not like the pop and, no. These are like the very flaky, airy ones, but they put honey butter on top.
Yeah. I could teach you how to make honey butter if you want.
So good.
I used to work at a couple of restaurants where we would have to make the honey butter.
Because I actually like, I don't know if you know this, but Publix used to press their sandwiches. Now they just do what Subway does. But they used to press their sandwiches, and you could get them pressed in honey butter. It just gave it this crispy, crunchy, sweet, sticky crust. So awesome. So good. And they don't do it anymore, but there's a place. It's a few miles up the road from here, but they do Cuban sandwiches, and they press them in honey butter. Oh, they're so good. Yum.
I've never had Hertz donuts. Never had Hertz donuts. Yes, honey butter is delicious, Cheryl. I agree. I agree.
I want to press mine because I have a George Foreman. So maybe next time I make a sandwich, I might press it with some honey butter.
Yeah, I bought, when I was still in the hotel, I bought a sandwich press, and it will do 3 different, it'll do like waffles, it'll do sandwiches, and it'll do something else.
Nice. I need one of those. Yeah.
Oh, don't get me started. My son, that's one thing that he said last night when we were eating. He was like, I don't know how I'm going to go back to America and eat. And I was like, well, I mean, because even like going to the grocery store here, things are so different. Just the things that you can buy, the freshness of the ingredients. All of that. Oh God. Sorry, I was gonna sneeze,
You're
but
good.
now it's not coming and it hurts. All right, there it hurts.
Look at a bright light, it might help you. Sometimes if you look at a bright light, it helps you sneeze.
Oh, yeah, but when I sneeze, it sounds so weird.
Heard it a lot.
Hey, Kay, welcome in. No worries, I understand.
Oh, and by the way, what kind of steak does your son like?
What do you mean?
So, like, to order it from a butcher, like, what kind of steak does he like? And I could ask, or I could tell you how to order it.
Oh, like what cut?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, like a ribeye, kind of,
Yeah,
or even a strip.
I love ribeye.
I don't like ribeyes because they're too fatty. I don't like all that marbling on the inside. I want a fillet, so the fat is on the outside.
Have you ever had an eye of round?
Yes, that's not very nice of your cousin, Cheryl. My cousin used to ask if I wanted a Hertz donut, and then he'd punch my arm and say, "Hertz donut." Okay, bye. Enjoy your dinner. Bye. Yes, that is true. In France, everything is very fresh and seasonal. So, like when you go to the grocery store, you're not gonna find like it's hard to find blueberries when it's not summertime, or strawberries, or melon, or like any of that stuff. Any of that stuff that would come out in the summer, you can't really find it any other time because they only put it out when they have it. And when they have it in abundance. I mean, I can't tell you Saturday how many trucks we drove by that were selling melons.
Wow.
And I was like, I want to stop and buy them all, but then I would be sick.
There's a restaurant here called Grill Smith, and they're a very sustainable restaurant, if that makes any sense. So, like, their meat comes from people that have been here in Florida for a cattle farm that's been around for 150 years. The vegetables that they serve, it's different every single day because it's just it's just what's in season. It's what they can get that day. Their fish, they catch by rod and reel every day. So what they get is what they get.
Right.
And it's honestly, for what you get, it's really not that bad of a price.
Yeah.
And they also sell my favorite tea, which you can't get. You can only get it there in PDQ. So I don't know if you've ever been to Disney. They have Joffrey's tea. But this Joffrey's tea, it's from them, but it's for restaurants only, which kind of sucks because I really like it. But you can taste, even though the tea isn't like a floral tea, you can taste and smell the floral notes of the real tea, and it's so, so good. And like at Grillsmith and PDQ, they don't over sweeten it. Hi, Anvita. So it makes it even better. So it's so good. But you can't get it anywhere else. But you can get their other teas online at Joffrey's. It's good tea.
Awesome.
Like tea, yeah.
Yeah, they had a restaurant kind of like what you're talking about in North Carolina. It was Mike's something, and they would literally, whatever they had that day, whatever they'd caught, that was what was on the menu, and they would bring it like family style. So they would put out a tablecloth and just lay it all out on the table, and you would just eat.
That's awesome.
Like medieval times kind of style, like just grab it. Nah, 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 nah. I never went, but I heard a lot about it.
Because you like your food touching.
Shut up! I don't want my food to touch. That's gross. Stop it! Stop it! No, I don't want my food to touch. I don't want my food touched. Not unless it's supposed to touch. If it's like, pasta with sauce and stuff, or like, tacos or things that are supposed to touch, like, lasagna, that kind of stuff. If it's not supposed to touch, don't make it touch. I'm not gonna eat it. Yes, I'm a baby.
Hey, no judgment.
Obviously, there is judgment because you just said it.
Yeah, because I was just saying it because of the family style.
Yeah. Yeah, that's how it is. A lot of it is here, Sarah, with like the local butcher shops and stuff. They use their family's farm or, something like that.
That's awesome.
So there's not like coming, it's not being shipped necessarily. So,
like in the US, a lot of the time.
not nice. I don't know, be nice to me.
Yeah, just I don't know. Like here,
Don't like my food to touch.
She doesn't like her food to touch.
She's giving me a hard time.
She doesn't even like chicken pot pie. Like, how can you not like chicken pot pie?
It's got a gravy in it. Nope.
Yeah, I know. You don't like gravy or sauce or whatever.
I like some sauces. I do like some sauces, like dressings and things like that. But like, I don't want. And I think it has more to do with the. Like, this is really weird and it's a texture thing, but I think it has more to do with the food being wet, like than it being a gravy.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like,
oh yeah, it makes sense.
It's just wet and it's mushy and it's just bleh. Like, if you gave me chicken, carrots, peas, biscuits, and like maybe like some sauce on the side, I would try the sauce. But like, that's all of the things that are in a chicken pot pie.
But like, when I make chicken pot pie, it's not like things, it's not runny together. Though.
No, ma'am.
But it's not runny. It's no, not.
Ma'am. No, ma'am. No. That's what I do. I'm gonna eat all of my chicken or all of my green beans or all of my, and I will turn my plate when I eat. I will turn it and I will eat it just like that. Yes, I will.
Sam makes fun of me because I eat all my food with a spoon. So like I'll cut up my meat, and so then I'll like eat mashed potatoes, but then I'll eat meat, and then I'll eat like whatever. But she laughs at me because I eat with a spoon. Like, I sit in my chair. I don't have a place to cut without it going everywhere, and then it just makes it easier.
I will. Well, mainly because when I make my plate, I'm also making my daughter's plate. Mm-hmm. So I will cut both of our food at the same time because she doesn't get to have a knife.
Yeah.
And then I just put the knife in the sink.
Yeah. Exactly.
And then put our plates on the table. But yeah, I will cut my meat. I do eat with a fork, but I mean, I don't. It's very much a texture thing for me. Things that are like super mushy or like super super wet, like with sauces and things, I don't like them. And it's not always a flavor thing. Like, it could taste wonderful, but it's all just
texture.
No, thank you.
Yeah. No, I mean, I get it. I just have to give you a hard time.
And then if you have a pot pie, then that means the walls of it are all like wet and mushy, and then the top of it is like dry and crispy, and then no, didn't do it. But to be fair, I won't eat things like cobbler either. I don't like pies. I don't like any of that kind of stuff. It's not just because I won't eat those things. The only pie I will eat is like a chocolate pie or like a cheesecake, because a cheesecake is not technically a cake. It's technically a pie, even though they call it a cheesecake. But
I like pumpkin pie, but I really won't eat the crust. I'm not like a huge... That crust to me is dry. Like,
see, I'll eat that. I don't mind that. I don't mind like the graham cracker crust or something like that.
I don't like it dry.
Well, I mean, it depends on how you make it. You can put enough butter in it where it's not super dry. But I don't But yeah, I don't eat pies or yes, moo. Yes.
What does Moose say?
My whole life.
Yes.
My whole life. You can ask my mom. I could call her right now and she would tell you I've been like that my whole life.
Yep.
Yes. From the
And
time I could tell my mother I don't want to eat that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Which was probably about a year old.
Yeah. Well, I know like Rita, she doesn't like when you make certain stuff, she doesn't like the chunk in it.
Yeah, that's what she
So,
just said. She said,
yeah.
I do not eat broccoli or cauliflower unless it's been blended so she doesn't have to chew it.
Yeah. But there's other stuff too that like she doesn't like the chunky stuff. Trust me,
Yeah.
I've had all these conversations with people.
Yes, I am. I have. I've been like that all my life. I have gotten into lots of arguments with my stepdad growing up because I was not going to eat that. And he thought that I was going to eat that. And that is multiple, like, I mean, there are multiple stories where it's the same kind of thing. And he was like, you're going to sit here until you eat it. And I would sit there and fall asleep at the table and I would sleep at the dinner table. Not eating that. I'll sleep here. And then I'll get up in the morning and get ready for school. And you can put it out the next night. I'm still not eating it. Oh, thanks. I know. Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Like, I would eat other things on my plate. I just wouldn't eat that. It wasn't like it was the whole meal, but I wouldn't eat that. Like, you want to put cabbage on my plate with like this and that, and cool, I'll eat the other things. I'm not eating the pinto beans or the cabbage or I'm just not eating them because here's the thing. If I ate them, they wouldn't stay down.
Mm-hmm.
Right? It wouldn't stay down. So I'm either going to throw up at the table or I'm not eating that. So it wasn't I wasn't doing it necessarily to be stubborn. I was doing it because I physically couldn't put that in my mouth. And I would try it. Like, that was my mom's rule growing up. You need to try it, Christina. Try it. And try it wasn't 1 bite. It wasn't 2 bites. It was 3 bites.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You have to try it. Take 3 bites of something. Chew it. Swallow it. If you need to drink water in between, whatever that may be, you try it and see if you like it or not. And I had the hardest time with some of the foods. The hardest time. Maybe it is. Okay. I don't know. Maybe it is. She says, sounds like a form of autism. Could be. My mom just said I was too bleepity bleep and stubborn for my own good. My daughter and hubby have a lot of issues with food and I blame autism. Mine is really just, I will eat things like if they're super crunchy or things like that, I don't mind that. But when it's super like soggy or mushy, like wet, like with sauces and gravy, even sometimes, honestly, sometimes like with lasagna and things, I have a hard time if it's not like a cohesive thing. I mean, I'll still eat it, but I have a really hard time with it.
I can't eat dry food. Ugh.
Sunshine started with that after he had strokes. Yeah.
Not eat dry food. Ugh. Dry, burnt, anything that has like a hint of it's been cooked a little too long where it's got that charred like flavor to it, burnt flavor.
Mm-hmm.
Nope. Even like a piece of toast, if I barely overcook it, you can start to smell. Nope. I won't eat it. No, thank you. I can't. Ugh.
Yeah. My stepdad, like my mom didn't cater the food to me because by the time I was in 4th grade, I was cooking the food in the house because my mom was at work and I had to have dinner on the table by the time she got home. So I was cooking. And I knew how to cook. I know how to cook. I can cook all manner of things. My aunt, my mom's oldest sister, she taught me how to cook all manner of things. There's just some things that I won't eat. I just won't do it. All right, bye, Dragon Girl. Tiger Dragon Girl.
Bye.
Take care. Yes, Cheryl. I think that would be an interesting way to do it. Bridget was saying she had her dad was like that with the food, and then Cheryl said that when her husband started to be like that with her kids, she started cooking all the food that her husband hates. Oh, are you leaving, Perp? Take care. Bye.
Bye. Hey, just to let you know, Lala, Jan, and
Have they started?
no, she said they're going in an hour.
Okay. Yeah.
So
I'm not
Lala,
going to be too much
Jan,
longer
and
because I've hit my 2-hour mark. So I'm not going to go too much longer because I got to finish helping my son pack. And then he's got to be, his flight leaves at 7 a.m. So he's got to be at the airport by like no later than 6 a.m., but probably 5 a.m.
Seta. There we go. Seta, that's her name. I couldn't think of her name for a second.
uh,
Yes, she said it at 2:56.
Yeah.
So like almost 4. It's probably
No worries.
Hi, Paula.
Welcome in, Paula. Good to see you. Yeah, I just, it's been a thing for me my whole life. He stopped nagging the kids. I bet he did. My stepdad never did. He never stopped. But like I said, because he was a truck driver, so he wasn't home all the time. But when he was home and he cooked, he would expect me to eat some of the things that he cooked, and there were just things I would not eat. And I don't necessarily adhere to the clean plate rule. So like your plate has to be completely clean.
No.
Eat until you're full, especially with my daughter. Maybe I put too much on your plate. Like, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have my son here to like hoover it all, whatever the leftovers are most of the time. Like tonight when I made dinner, my daughter didn't eat everything and there was extra left over, and my son had eaten his plate and then he was eating what was left over in the bowl, and then my daughter wasn't gonna finish her food, so then my son ate all of that, and then he came up, he was like, oh, I ate too much. And I was like, well, I didn't know that he'd eaten all of that. I was just like, well, did I put too much on your plate? And then he said no. And he told me what he had eaten, and I was like, well, yeah, my stomach would hurt too if I'd eaten all that. So,
It's funny.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree, Kay. Like, I think having things that you couldn't eat, or like not having things you couldn't eat, not having a lot of food, and you had to eat what you had,
Mm-hmm.
And I will do that. Like, I can subsist on certain foods for weeks at a time.
Mm-hmm.
Like those are my survival foods. I
Yeah.
will eat a tortilla wrapped in, with peanut butter, peanut butter and jelly. I could eat, give me pasta with some olive oil and some butter. I don't even need sauce, man. I don't even have to have Parmesan cheese. I would like it, but I don't have to have it. Give me a little olive oil, some butter, salt and pepper. Hey, I can survive on that if I have to.
We used to survive on milk noodles, which is just boiled noodles drained with butter and milk, salt and pepper. Done. That's it. You do what you got to do.
But I mean, it would be the things that, like, I can understand one time him making them and me not liking them. But then when he was home, he would intentionally make all of those foods every time he was home. And I would not eat them. And then it would cause arguments. And my mom would get really upset because she'd be like, she's not going to eat that. And he'd be like, well, she needs to learn how to eat it. And, I mean, there are certain things that my stepdad won't eat. My mom was like, I'm not going to make those foods every time you come home because you're not going to eat it. If you choose not to eat that, that's okay. She chooses not to eat that, But there were times where we literally had Spam macaroni and cheese I hate Spam. I can't stand it. I will eat it because that's what we would have for dinner. And I could handle that, or fried bologna, macaroni and cheese. Fry up the bologna, cut it up, put it in macaroni and cheese. Hey, that's your protein.
Yeah.
Deal with it. We couldn't even afford Hamburger Helper. We get a giant pack of bologna, some Kraft macaroni and cheese, because it was like 35, 45 cents, because we went to Save-A-Lot, and it wasn't even Kraft brand. It was off-brand.
Yep.
Look, put some water in there and the littlest bit of margarine, because we didn't have enough milk.
Yep.
Eat it, but I don't want pinto beans. I don't want cabbage. I don't want, those are things that I'm not going to eat. So, and, my mom would make a good point. She'd be like, Christina, you need to, and I'd be like, I'm not being mean. I'm just saying I'm not going to eat it. I tried it. I don't like it. I'm not going to eat it. Quit trying to make me eat it. And then the other argument with my stepdad, if you put like fettuccine Alfredo, right? Because to him, if you say pasta, it's spaghetti every time.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter. If you give him fettuccine Alfredo, he's not going to eat it. If you give him anything that's not tomato-based sauce with spaghetti noodles, he's not eating it. How is that any different?
Exactly.
You like what you like. I like what I like. If I know you don't like it, I'm not going to intentionally serve it to you.
Yep. Exactly.
Yeah, I can understand that too. If you pile your plate full, you eat it. Don't waste it. Greedy little what's it and waste when she puts on her plate. Now, if it's like a potluck, I'll get like little spoonfuls of things, and then if I like it, I'll go back and get more. I'm not gonna get heaping piles of things that I know I'm not gonna eat. Yeah, my son has POTS, so he has to eat a lot of salt and drink a lot of water, which is interesting. But he does have to eat things that are salty and drink a lot of water. So hopefully that changes. I hope he will get over it at some point. I know that's not really a thing. You don't really get over POTS, but it is a struggle.
It is a struggle.
Yeah, I mean, it's I like I said, to each their own. Like my daughter, there is a type of salad and pizza that she has grown to love here that I'm not making that. I'm not making it. But if we go out somewhere and they have it and she wants to order it, by all means, she can order it. Because it has tuna, boiled eggs, ham with the cheese and the sauce. And I'm not making that.
I had a feeling that's what the one you were talking about.
I'm not making it.
Christina, tuna is cat food.
It is cat food. Tuna fish is cat food. I open it. It smells just like when I open my cat's food. Same thing. No, thank you.
Oh, love it.
Pot roast. See, I don't mind pot roast, but see, with pot roast, if I eat pot roast, I'm gonna tell you what I do. I get a slotted spoon, and I take out the meat, the potatoes, the carrots. I take it out and put it in the bowl, and all the sauce stays in the pot. I don't need that. I don't need all that sauce. It can stay in the pot.
It'd be a saucy pot. Yeah, we actually had just had it last night, pot roast. And he did a good job because normally I do it before work, but I didn't. I was so tired yesterday. I was like, I really don't want to do it. So he did it. I sent him a voice clip on how to do a pot roast in the crock pot. He did a good job. So at least he followed my directions.
Awesome.
I didn't have any bouillon cubes, but I did buy a can of Campbell's au jus, so it's like liquid, and it's got the beef flavor. So I just had him dump that and some water in. So it's like having bouillon cubes. I just didn't have any. So.
Yeah, I try to keep like a thing of chicken stock and a thing of beef stock in my pantry. Because I use it a lot in the winter time because I make soups and stuff in my crock pot or in the pot on my stove or whatever. Like I make a lot of soups and stews and things like that. And like I don't mind a broth. I just like really thick gravies and stuff like that. I don't eat. Yes, I agree. Kay said that it drives her nuts when people go to a buffet and they pile their plates up and then leave half of it when they leave. And Moose says yes, especially with people starving and on the bread line. Yes, it is.
I don't like buffets.
Don't get me started on buffets. People touch their faces and then they touch the spoons and then they pick things up and then they don't want them and then they put them back and then it sits underneath that hot water. Nope. It's not really though. It's not really, depending on the soup. So like it's a broth, so it's really thin like water. And then like when I make soup, everything still has a bit of texture to it. So like, and my mom is the same. Like, and she didn't make it that way for me. That's just the way that she made it. That's the way that my aunt made it. So like, if I put celery in a soup, it's not going to be super like mushy or anything like that. Like it's going to have a bit of, crunch to it, or at least it's going to be a little bit hard. Thank you so much.
That's what I do with my cabbage soup. Like I'll cook it for 6 hours with half the head of cabbage. And then like for the last half an hour to 45 minutes, I'll put the other half of the head in there so that there's some that is, nice and soft and whatever. But then you have the one that still has the texture to it. So I have to have texture.
Bridget says, for beef flavor, use better than bouillon. It's better than the cubes and comes in tons of flavors.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you can find it. Yeah. Well, you guys, I have been a little bit over my 2-hour mark. And my son says he needs help packing. So I'm going to start to wrap it up here in just a few minutes. I don't eat buffet. I don't go to buffets.
Me neither.
I don't mainly because I have a problem with people touching everything, and 2, I'm never gonna eat enough for that price to be worth it.
Exactly. I'd rather go to a steakhouse and get me a nice.
I'm never gonna eat enough for that price to be worth it, unless it's $5 a plate, because I'm only gonna eat one plate if I go.
Exactly. It's so expensive.
Yeah, the salt content is lower in the better than bouillon cubes. Yeah. Well, you all, I'm going to go. Thank you for sticking with me. I appreciate it. I love you. Join me next week for my final live for the summer. Let me know if there's any patterns. You can send it to me. That would be great. If you have any thoughts on giveaways, let me know. You can send me an email. And I hope to see you all soon. Yes, we've been missing you too, Cheryl. It has been lovely, Moo. Hope we've been keeping you company. Learning about each other. Yes. Definitely. All right. Well, take care. And as always, be the change you wish to see in the world, everyone. Bye.